And what is up, everyone? This will be my Quinn jungle, and we're going to be playing in Masters 150 LP-ish. This game, my mid laner thought I was trolling, so he picked Bard mid, but I still think I can carry this game. So Quinn jungle is actually surprisingly very good. She's kind of designed in a way where she excels in jungle. So if you're able to get 6, you're going to be roaming around, pretty much killing everyone, and that's really powerful in the jungle role. So for her, the runes, I like this setup. You can go with press the attack. You can also go, electrocute if you want, but this page setup seems to give us the most damage. For items, so far what I really like is just the rush Ghostblade first item is really OP for roaming, good early game damage. You can also go into Kraken Slayer first item. I'll probably build that when they buff it next patch, but right now you can want to start blue or red, and you want to auto, and you want to start with a Q right away, but in this situation I auto first. And the idea is to remember that your Harrier passive, that thing you see happening, is actually very important for how we're going to be playing around our jungle clear. So that thing is just giving you extra damage, and it has a cooldown that you can see on your passive bar. But it's important to just remember that, because every time you hit it, it's going to give you more attack speed when we start to put points into our W. So right here you can see the Harrier passive is starting to get us, a decent amount of extra damage here. So here you want to Q right away, and you want to make sure your Q hits your primary target. So the primary target being the Krugs there. Make sure your Q actually can hit it, because if it hits a small one, it's going to mark the small one. You want to mark the big ones. In some situations, it might be tricky, like for example on Raptor. So what we're going to do is just kind of, enter, auto once, kind of get on top of the Raptor, and then Q as well. So here I was actually, unable to hit it, but it happens. So here you want to just cut around, wait for your next kind of rotation. And as you get your, your gold and stuff like that, you're going to actually speed up your clear a lot. So here, just AoE. You're maxing your Q first. You'll go E level 3 here. In Trundle, we're going to check our blue buff here. We have our W, so you can always just W to kind of check camps to make sure you have your, jungle camp. So here you can auto attack, E auto attack, and just like that, you can see your E is a vault dash ability that you're going to be using quite often. So you want to make sure you're just prepared for it. And your passive has, that inherent cooldown. So what you want to do is make sure you play around it. So I'm always kind of, you see I'm getting these multiple procs of my passive, the Harrier ability, and it's going to give you that bonus attack speed. That's why we skill our W, is actually for the passive effect. So you want to make sure you actually play around that. And there was accidentally did a double, proc there, so it's unfortunate. Your first clear is not going to be super fast before Crab, but it's not really a big deal. Your first clear is just naturally, off meta junglers can have a slow first clear, but you're really strong in the 1v1. So if someone tries to fight you, you can actually kill them pretty easily. So don't worry about that. Here the ball lane's fighting, so what I'm going to do is actually kind of head over there. So what we need to do is just get on whoever we can here. If I can catch the Pantheon, that's ideal, but overall, that's pretty happy with that. Not able to clear the wolf camp, but that's fine, because we can just help Tristana push this wave in. And we are a very heavy scaling champion. Your E, you can always use it to that mobility. So pretty much your Q and E will always apply your passive mark. Your passive mark has an inherent cooldown, 8 seconds. It will automatically mark whatever, nearby you are near, whatever automatically you're nearby. Otherwise, it's going to mark shortly after you hit a spell, right? So you want to make sure you pay attention to this ability when you're jungling, just to maximize your clear speed and all that kind of stuff. But when you're fighting, it's going to be a lot different, right? The Q is AoE, your main ability. That's going to be your farming ability. And that's just very important. Here, you always want to start your camps with the Q, hit on the big one, auto twice. And you can see the Harrier proc is right there. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get a kill now. But I also think his jungle camps are up, so we can actually play around maybe stealing his jungle camps here. Fortunately, it looks like he started on the other side. Oh, but he was backing in a awkward position, and that's just what happens when you're just not ready to, play ball. So he's too fast for me, but we do have this going. Oh! Alright, beautifully done. Bard came in clutch there, and you see your boys 3-0. That's just how it goes when you play. The Bard wants to troll with his picks. Fine by me. I'm going to do what I do best. and that's win games. And Quinn jungle, extremely beautiful to play. I actually really enjoy her. I find it funny that her kit is actually better for jungle than it is for any other role. And here, if you want to like get to the Krug camp, you can W like this, and what you want to do is just E, and you're close, and it'll actually launch you over, right? So you can get over walls like that by either Eing on something that's over the wall, or you can actually get over walls the other way. So for example, if I want to leave this area, I can actually do the kind of like the same thing here, where I'll just like use this wall and then I'll E that way, right? So you have two ways to do it. You can E to dash in. Your E is always going to go right on top of the person, hit them back, and push backwards. So you have to make sure if there's a wall there, it's not going to generally send you over unless the champion's right on the wall. That's how it works. In general, it always knocks you backwards. So if I'm facing whichever way I'm facing, it's going to knock me that way. And your damage is just really high. I haven't fully decided on what I want to build for like my full build. I think generally be a little careful here because the enemy was in the area. What you want to do is just kind of walk up and W here. You kind of get a good idea of what's going on. Fine, I'm okay if I'm losing like a few things here and there. It's not a big deal. I just want to play for my whatever farm I can. So here I start with my auto attack. I E, and then your passive Harrier will go off next. Usually you can get like 3 Harrier procs. That's ideal. And then you get like your later ones afterwards. And usually Ghostblade into Collector is just the build I've been going. I just think it's the best build. I don't know exactly how I feel about, you know, beefier builds, but this is just the best burst build. Enemy team, I mean, they're kind of tanky, so I might have to worry about, you know, like maybe they're a bit too beefy for me. So if I have a problem with tanks, I go, you know, Lord Doms kind of thing afterwards. If I have ability, you know, issues with kind of like spell effect champions, then I have that. EW is really good if you feel like there might be, you know, people invading you and cheesing you. It's really, really OP vision thing. So don't be afraid to kind of use it whenever you can. Trundle's bot size. So what does that mean for us? It means we can actually get Void Grub prior. So here, this is where you want to kind of like use your ultimate. I don't know about that one, man. Matt, my bard, why are you ulting like that, my bard? Sometimes it's better to just farm and forget about trying to help people too. It's usually ideal to just, you know, focus on yourself. When you base, every time you base or you die, you're going to start in bird form. So you can just start like how I am now. And this is where the movement speed is going to be really important, because now what you're going to notice is I'm going to be able to kind of get a lot of, you know, mobility around the map. I'm going to be able to go a lot of places, even, you know, check jungle camps. For example, like here. Forgot about my ghost blade here. I might be able to still get him. I had it on the wrong button, unfortunately. Oh, it's always sad when stuff like that happens. I have to go back to farm now. I really wanted that Trundle kill. Yeah, make sure your Ghost Blade is on the right wrong button, or the correct button there. Here, I'm just going to farm up. So your farming is just going to be, you know, just clear as much as you can. I think next patch, the Kraken Slayer buff should be really nice to have. Give you a lot of options as well. Here, that means Balling's fighting, so I don't mind actually joining in. And very nicely done. So we have a great play for our Balling. Do I want to help him push a wave? No, it's Tristana. I can easily push it. Now I can actually have a window where I can actually farm, which is really good. So when you're in bird form, there are ways to, like, there's ways you want to engage on bird form. So a lot of times you see me, I'm just pressing R again or right clicking. That will interrupt bird form. Any spell cast will interrupt bird form, which is your ultimate. But if you E, it's like you're kind of like, a lot of people are like, okay, I want to E in to use my bird form. It's okay to do that, but it's going to be dangerous because your Eing in will just kind of put you in a dangerous position. Also, like, you know, puts you in a, like, a window where you're going to take a lot of damage potentially. Here, this bard is kind of trash, so I'm just going to take whatever. See, you're able to kind of chunk people really hard there. What is he doing? I don't know. The Q doesn't crit, so I don't know what he's actually trying to do there. Your ulti costs a lot of mana early game. It costs 100 mana. So you're going to have to like really think about how you want to use your ultimate stuff. I really just need farm. I don't care about like whatever else is happening. Like, I'm not trying to fight around my bard mid, right? The bard is just a griefer. So what I'm going to do is just make sure I'm getting my jungle camps here. Your Q will mark them and give you vision. So you can actually kind of do what I just did there. It's the Q and then you'll get the vision, which is really nice. So here we have to play around our ball lane because everyone else is kind of trolling. Have my E up. This guy walks in. It's really good for us. So here. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, thank God, my man. Oh, he actually saw me there. Damn. And for boots, I don't know about these boots anymore. I'm not really, you know, big on those boot buys. I think Zerkers are fine just for more damage. I think this game I might be autoing a lot. Because I'm against a Trundle jungle, I want Swifties, right? Swifties will be really good this game. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually get pickaxe and a sword to maximize my damage here. And usually if you have like a human mid laner, it's going to be easier to play this game out. But obviously my mid is not really human. So I just have to play however I can. I'm going to look for windows where I can kind of get these sort of picks on people. Your whole game is sort of playing to pick people on like side lanes if you can. That's like your game plan. That's what you kind of want to play towards. And that's how you're going to be focusing around your game. You can also go, you know, Kraken into beefier teams. I think Quinn is going to be really good next patch with the Kraken buffs. And here, like, obviously, I'm super far from my next side of camps. So what I like to do is just to use kind of like my ulti in these situations for the mobility. And then I'm able to kind of like run around and get to where I want to be. So a lot of times I start with like my ulti like that. I start with my E afterwards. It's kind of your breakdown of ulti. Oh yes, Pantheon support buys. Yeah, so support champion, guys. Very, very cool. Very cool, Pantheon. A support champion, by the way. We are strong around bot lane, so if I can get a fight around bot lane, I can get a few picks here and there. It's going to be really good for our game. I ideally don't really want to buy too many pings. I don't really need to. I'm just going to wait for my Dirk and then I'm going to head over. She's dead. But if she's dead, that's fine because I can actually make some stuff happen. So once you get to this point, you have your upgraded boots. Whatever it's Swifties, if it's Zerkers. You're really strong here, so you want to just kind of play around that. And you want to look for picks on these like laners. Like this Echo needs to be dying on spawn. So right here, it's just, for example, just don't stack up for his ultimate. Here I'm going to be like, okay, I need an ulti again because it's actually really tanky. Usually the collector is going to give you a lot of damage, so you do want to play around the collector buy. Here I want to fight. Okay, I'm going to ulti again, revision up. We need to sort of find something here, but there's not really opportunities because our champions are a bit not there for us. The Kraken will definitely give you more DPS, but if you want more burst, the Ghostblade will give you a lot more burst damage. Might be a fight around mid, so I'm just ulting, but honestly, I just have to farm here. Bar just has one job. Eventually, we're gonna have to deal with this Vladimir, so that's like where we are. Our Q max will give us really good speed on clear jungle. But we do need to deal with this Vlad. It's one way or somehow. Oh no, I didn't have the ultimate. Alright, huge kill on Vlad for us. I mean, that's really big. And then other items you can go is like Edge and Knight for, you know, some survivability against pretty much exactly what we're dealing with. I don't think they're going to have too much armor yet, so I'm just going to go into the Edge. Edge and Knight's really good to help you get onto people. Whoever primary target you're going to build, it's going to be really strong for you. I mean, this Pantheon just needs to die. I mean, we just have to have people ready to go. Going down mid here, getting close to level 11 ultimate. It's really good. Very nicely done. Now we're able to get that huge pick. We can actually get Dragon off that, which actually helps us a lot here. My only concern is Vladimir. Vladimir's topside, so we're good to go. And yeah, I mean, the champion is just really well designed around jungle. I think if this team comp wasn't the absolute worst I've ever seen, it would have been a much cleaner early game. But yeah, Kraken might have been really good this game too. The Kraken DPS is just really good to have in your comp. I can try to steal camps here, but honestly, the enemy team is probably already up. So I'm just going to farm whatever I can in my own jungle. So I can start farming. I tried Propane Hydra. It's not bad. It does speed up your clear, but honestly, I feel like her clear is fast enough without Propane. Once you get, you know, points into your Q cooldown's quite short, so you're able to kind of farm pretty fast. So I don't really have issues with farming. Here, you're by level 11. You can start just kind of ulti spamming a bit more. You just have to remember your ulti has like that cast time, right? So the cast time is really annoying. You want crit on her. The crit is just going to be huge for your game. You need crit. She's a really big crit cheese champion kind of thing. Pillar does interrupt your ulti, but you can actually just kind of ulti right again here. Beautifully done. Pantheon somewhere, maybe looking to hook. But I don't really have time for this. I'm going to base. And yeah, I wanted to go into crit after, so I'll have Edge of Knight, and then I want Lord Doms. And that's like usually then like an IE. And Edge of Knight's going to add a lot of survivability. It's really nice to have. Vladimir, I mean, he will one-shot you even with Edge of Knight, but it's fine. It's fun. It's Vladimir, fun champion. Super fun champion. I might need MR though. I might need MR. But it's always awkward when you have to build like resist as like a carry. I do need my armor pen though, so I don't think a little MR is gonna do much. I just have to say, okay, Vladimir, if you want me, you're gonna get me. But I'm gonna be able to kind of play around like Tom Kench support. We do have Tom, so I think it's gonna be okay. This game I would have gone Kraken into Collector with like Edge of Knight, Lord Doms kind of build path. But the Ghostblade has been good too. Like, we're obviously doing really well with the conditions we have this game. And I think we're really strong. Pantheon buys a lot of time, so we have to watch out for that. We need to catch this Draven if we can. I'm gonna re-ulti here. I'm gonna flash out. Yeah, that fight was not it. Let me just get the mid wave here. We can't kill Echo in that CC duration. It's just really unfortunate. Here we just keep ulting. Just look for jungle camps here you can steal. And the crit's going to give you a lot of damage to deal with kind of that. I think I have time to steal the blue and then I'm going to get the crab here. That's exactly what you kind of see me doing here. The thing about Quinn late game is you do have to have crit in it. Like if you want to do damage as Quinn, the crit is just huge. You can see the Harrier procs scales off the crit. So you're able to get a lot of damage off that. But the problem is I'm not going to have it for a bit of time. So we do have to play around that. I could base, but I don't think basing will do much. The Vladimir is just such a problem. I don't know what my soul laners are like. The best players I've seen in a while. Always back up again and re-ulti if you want to look for a fight. But right now it doesn't look like much else is happening. And if you want to heal up again, just jungle. Jungling will heal you. So I'm able to kind of heal up again, half health. I might look for Trundle here, maybe by himself. Now I might have to worry about, Pantheon coming. Echo's really low though. Man, he just warded that too fast. Should just looped around, maybe buy enough time to go in again. But, I mean, we are getting gold, but the problem is magic burst damage they have is really high. I think the Lord Doms will help us a lot, and we're probably going to have to go IE to maximize our damage, and then from there, we'll see. Usually, I sell my Ghost Blade later in the game for like a shield bow, because you're gonna need shield bow, and you're gonna be a crit-heavy champion later in the game. But, I mean, we're gonna lose Dragon, but I'm getting quite strong now. If I finish my Lord Doms, it's gonna be really big. And Tristana has IE, so we have a lot of damage. We can just kind of... Enemy team is playing kind of dumb, right? So we do want to, capitalize on bad people. The Draven or someone being really overly aggressive here can be really big for us. Pantheon's here too. We just have to fight. Man, that's so much damage. But I think they win this with Pantheon. Beautifully done. I mean, I died, but that was actually really big for us. Draven ulti misses. Really important. If we can get this Baron, it's really important. Baron will help us actually push out. And we can push out. We're going to get a lot of farm. And that's like a big thing. I'm going to get bursted because I can't afford to go MR. Nor do I think it's going to make much of a difference against like how much magic damage this guy's going to do. We do need vision around this. My bard obviously going around the opposite side, getting the most useless things possible. Chimes. They could easily do it because I'm dead. Oh, good job, bard. Thing is, I would have been there in like 2 seconds if we had any kind of like mind goal. We just have to run now. Damn, he just burst me like that. His pool's gonna be back up, but now he has no pool. He's dead. Sure, I should just ulti the Draven. Oh my god, what's going on, lads? I die once and we just fall apart like that. I shouldn't have went for the bladder shit. Got out. I thought maybe I can get on the Draven, but Baron recall is so quick. I don't think it's over. I want to one-shot Draven, but Echo being there will hurt me. Oh my god, that's healing is just crazy. I hate Vladimir so much, man. So much. I hate, like, these champions, like super late game scaling champions and being so strong early game. Like, it's such a joke. If he stuns here, it's a kill. He just ulties and runs. I'm up in 5. Tom is up in 5. We can just kill. I want to get on this Braum, actually. Straven, sorry. Alright, he's dead now. I get IE and then maybe I sell Ghostwave for MR. It might be really good. We're gonna get a lot of money here. Not triple inhib, so triple inhib. It would generally be a lot worse. You have to worry about a lot more stuff. Not being triple inhib, quite good for us. Usually, like, if you want to start with your E on someone, it's going to guarantee that you're next to them and you're going to stun them. But as well, if you start with your E, it's going to be a bit of a problem with some stuff. Because you're going to take damage as you're going into them, right? So, sure, you're going to CC that one person, but you're not going to CC the other people as well, which is a problem. Problem here we have is Vladimir is really annoying. Oh, I'm strolling. I should he just ate me there. But usually if there's not like these broken sort of like Vladimir type champions, right? Like you can see how powerful the pick can be. It has a lot of value. There's a lot of potential in it. And I do enjoy it a lot. I think that it's so easy to get a lot of kills. So if you like getting a lot of kills, it's really the go-to. And yeah, the Vladimir, I mean, the damage is just crazy. The way to survive against them is, you know, maybe I could afford to go a little bit more MR. Or if I can just like have more like levels, you know. But yeah, the Kraken buffs are going to be nice. I think the Kraken Slayer will give you a lot of damage, so I'll probably end up going for like something like that. I need my IE, but it's still a bit short, so maybe they won't end. We can get IE. I can probably one-shot someone. Yeah, the reason crit's so important is because of how your passive sort of works, right? Your passive, it actually gets amplified by crit by a good amount. So it can have a lot of value in it. He has no flash, so he's actually just gonna die. You can interrupt your own ulti with... what's it called? Your flash there. How is this Pantheon support so strong? All right, I think we survive. I have my IE now, so it's gonna help. Now we have Vladimir no TP, so they don't really have a way to come in. I mean, we'll see. We can easily wave clear this. Our damage is really high. I'll probably end up saving my Ghost Wave for like a MR item. Maybe Maw. Our inhibs are back up, which is good. I do think I have enough for it, so I can probably sell right after this. Made a lot of money off that. Made a lot of cash. Haha. Now I'm gonna give me my MR. Oh, wait a minute. Did I buy the AP pod? No, I did not. Yes, I did. Kind of want the red. It's already gone, so I'm Baron. So here you see when you E in, you're going to run into these issues of... It's dangerous. You're gonna take a lot of damage in return of that, so you have to watch out. I'm level 18, so like I'm full build too, so my farm is like not as important. I just want to be ready to fight when we can. Echo's here, so we want to get him here. Anthem's probably ulting here too. And my team is so... Why are they running? Why is everyone running out, by the way? Like, I'm pinging them. Back up, back up. Oh, whatever. I'm going to upload this video. Quinn jungle, I actually think it's really good. I had a lot of fun playing it. I'm going to mess around a lot more with it. I actually think she's quite strong. But there are some weaknesses for sure. But if you like the video, be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys in the next one. And good luck on the game and good luck on the climb.